Wildfire threatens your home, you may have just a couple of minutes to gather your family and flee.
Yeah, some advanced planning will have you prepared to go with your most important items already packed.
Now, in this Utah fire report, KSL meteorologist Kristen Van Dyke spoke with an emergency expert to get you started.
When we evacuate, we don't know what's going to happen to our home when we're gone. We need to have copies of our important documents, wills, deeds, insurance.
Whether you evacuate for just a few hours,
Stocks and bonds, financial records, take photos of them,
or much longer,
scan them into your computer and load them onto a flash drive.
there are several things we should have ready to go.
Documents are super important
In an emergency.
For a small, quick go bag, one of the first things we recommend is water. Pouches of water, bottled water. Make sure you've got plenty of water.
Pack at least a gallon per person. Next comes food.
Personalize your kits. Have the kind of food in there that your family likes to eat.
A battery-operated AM/FM radio.
This might be our only way of communication or receiving emergency public information.
Other items to include:
A flashlight and batteries, and a first aid kit with bandages, gauze, rolled tape, rubber gloves, survival candle, emergency poncho for wet weather, emergency blanket, even these little Mylar blankets. They're thin, but they'll keep the insulation and keep the heat in. So that's better than nothing.
That's better than nothing.
You should have your medications in here, obviously.
Yeah, I was just thinking my child's medications.
One of the important things to remember is to rotate and update the contents within your kit. Make sure that it's not expired. Make sure the batteries are fresh. Make sure the clothes are fitting as our kids grow.
And the same goes for your important documents. Make sure they are all up to date. Matthews recommends we go through our emergency bags every 6 months.
So this is all the stuff we need to have, we have to have, but I also think about, you know, when you're going, the stuff that you want to have.
Start going around the house and looking for those irreplaceable items, those types of things, and write them down. Write down the location where you keep them. Keep this with an empty container, a Rubbermaid container, a cardboard box, a duffel bag, something that you can just quickly put these items in.
But no more eating food, girl. So we have 2 dogs, and my neighbors have cats. What do we do with the animal situation?
So just like with your family, your pets, they have needs. Right? So what are their needs? They need food and water. They need medications, possibly.
And just in case you need to leave your pet at a kennel or other facility.
So you need to have a leash, a cage, vaccination records.
Right. You know, we have 2 children, 2 dogs. How big of a bag are we going to need to make this work for us?
We recommend individual kits.
Okay.
Right? So a backpack or a box or a suitcase on wheels even.
So we'll have a kit for each boy and then one for the dogs.
And you and your husband.
And me and my husband.
Right.
Can't forget
And don't forget them.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, Kristen, thank you. And Matthew says that you should also make sure to close all doors and windows pretty tightly before you leave. You can find a full list of everything you should pack in your emergency bags at BeReadyUtah.gov.
And you can also find all of our fire watch stories, plus more, including local firework restrictions, on our website, KSLTV.com.